Hello friends, welcome to bisptrainings.com. My name is Sumit and once again I welcome all of you to the tutorial series of Salesforce Analytics Cloud. Salesforce Analytics Cloud, also known as Salesforce Wave Analytics, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate you how can we build a dashboard using BISP case study. If you have gone through my previous video, you might be knowing that I've explained that how can we manage the sales campaign and cases by using through BISP case study. So in continuation of that, I'm going to building dashboards by using the data which we have stored in the previous video. So let's building the dashboard using BISP case studies. But before moving on to that, before moving on to actual implementation, let's try to figure out the requirements. So these are my requirements which I'm going to cover in today's video. The first one is I would like to display the running campaigns or the total number of running campaigns. It would be in numbers, total number of ongoing campaigns on running campaigns, total number of leads generated. It could be it could be grouped based on campaign or based on date wise, according to date wise. It could be a time dimension or based on campaign. Total number of leads converted successfully and the revenue generated by various opportunities. So the total revenue generated by converted opportunities. Converted opportunity in terms of those, it will calculate the total revenue for those opportunities whose status is equals to 1 or those who have been closed successfully. So these are my 4 requirements, and finally once I build reports from them, I just want to place all of them into a single dashboard, and finally I would be going to share the dashboard with my users, my business users, and they can take decisions based on that. So let's see how can we add data set into Wave Analytics and how can we create lenses and dashboards by using those data sets. So I'll switch to Wave Analytics interface. As you can see here, there are 2 default directories, my private app and shared app. We have an opportunity that we can create more apps for our organization, but I'm okay with these 2 apps, and I'm going to add a data set or create a new data set within my private app, and the lens I'm going to add or the dashboard which I'm going to add, that will be on shared app. So I click on create data set, and from here I choose Salesforce as my data set, Salesforce. The very first requirement is for running campaign. So here I select campaign. This would be incomplete if we do not add fields into it. So I click on plus and I want to add fields. So actual cost, budgeted cost, created date, then based on expected revenue and name of the campaign, total leads generated if you want to figure it out how many total leads generated based on each campaign. So this could be calculated later on. So I'm not requiring this right now, so I uncheck that, and that's all. Total leads, total contacts. So I would be requiring name, expected revenue, budgeted cost, actual cost, and created date. And then I quickly save it, create a data set, and I give name as BISP campaign. And I'm going to we have an option that we can store the data set. We can create this data set either in private app or in shared app. So I would like to keep my data secure, because the data which the lens or the dashboard or the data set which resides in private app would not be accessible by other users without permission. So I click on my private app and create. It will create a data set, but because we are appending the data from, we are adding the data from Salesforce, so we need to monitor the data flow, and we need to execute explicitly execute the data process. So I click on yes, and it's not scheduled right now, it's not started, so I click on start. So the process gets started. We can click on plus sign to figure it out whether the process is running successfully or not. It may take some time. It depends on the hierarchy of your data or complexity of your data. Once the data is done, once the data is loaded successfully, once the job is complete, we can go click on job view, and from here we can find out that the job has been completed successfully. We can expand it and see more details about it. So I close this dataset builder, close this dataset, click on Wave Analytics, click on my private app, and you can see my dataset has been created within BISP campaign. Now I would like to create a lens by using this dataset to display the running campaign. So I click on BISP campaign, and it will create a default lens. When we click on the dataset, it creates a default lens with default bar graph. We can customize it. We have various options available for customization. We can use this section to customize our chart, and whatever changes will made, whatever customization will done, those changes will reflect here in this chart screen, chart pane. So I'll remove it and I'm going to customize it. I want count of rows, that's fine, but I want to have grouping. Group, I want campaign name. So I select this and the filters apply, and I'm going to change it. So I'll just change the style, look and feel. This would be in column, or we can go for donut chart as well. We have an option for donut chart, or we can build various chart, or if we want, we can go for values table as well. So you can see values table, so it quickly creates a table for that. But I'm not requiring this. I'm interested in column chart. So I click on column chart, and the chart gets created based on name. So I select name. So this says the running campaign. Now if you want to further filter this, so as you can see here, we can list the campaign, but that's not my requirement. It displays all the campaigns. I'm interested only in the campaigns which are ongoing campaigns, the upcoming campaigns, or basically ongoing campaigns. The campaigns which has already been completed, I'm not interested in that. So that's my actual requirement, running campaign. So in order to do that, first of all, I remove this group, and I'm going to add a new group named as status, and I apply a filter on this. As you can see here, if I select all, it gives me an option. It gives me an output for show all the campaigns, those who are already completed, in progress, and in plan. But I'm not interested in completed one. I'm interested in progress one or in planned one. So I uncheck completed one, click on add. So there are 4 campaigns which are in progress right now, and 3 campaigns which are planned right now. If you want to further filter it, we have an option to, we can further drill this down by campaign name. So we can further drill this down by campaign name. So now I'm interested only in the progress campaigns, ongoing campaigns. So I double click on it, and I further drill down this by campaign name. So you can see here, these are the 4 campaigns which are running right now, which are ongoing right now. So these are the 4 campaigns which are ongoing. If you want to see the list of campaigns which are in progress or in planned, so I'll click on filters. We have couple of filters: date, active, name, and status, created date, and date. We have couple of other filters which we can display, which we can customize. So we'll talk about this later on. You can see status equals in progress. So I remove this status, and I would be able to see all the filters again. So I apply a filter here on status, in progress, planned, add, and then further I add a group here for so the names are coming, and I further says for add. This is for, so you can see we have in progress, this is in plan. So this campaign is in progress, this campaign is in plan. If you think that this is not the output which you would be requiring, we can change the value. So I just remove it. I'll just remove back, or we have an option to step backward as well. So I'll step backward, and it's like a undo option. So I undo and get back to my previous position. So here we have, first we group based on status, and further I group it by name. So now it's easy for us to understand, identify. There are 4 campaigns, total 4 campaigns are in progress, and there are 3 campaigns which are in there are 3 campaigns which are planned. So there are total 7 campaigns, upcoming campaigns, or including ongoing campaigns. Once we're done with that, we can save it, or we can take a clip of it. So we can say clip to designer. When I say clip to designer, it will create a new dashboard and it will add the clip here, and we can drag and drop this clip here, and we can expand it. So we would be able to identify. Means we can quickly add a dashboard. So at the end, we can quickly add the data on the dashboard. If we are not if we don't require this, so I'll simply delete this, and and then we can add a dashboard. We can create a chart and add the step later on. So we'll skip this part now. I get back to my lens. First of all, I save this, and I save this lens as running campaign, and I saved it into my shared app. Save it. So this is the first requirement. Now let's move on to the second requirement. My second requirement is I would like to find out the total number of leads generated. So for this, I would be requiring the lead entity data. So I switch to my private app, and I'm going to create a new data set from Salesforce, and this will pull data from lead, and I'm going to add fields into it: annual revenue, company, converted, country, created date, and email, first name, full name, last name, lead source if it is required. So we have lead source, product, interested, rating, status, and that's all. So these are the fields which I would be requiring. So, and also if any converted date, we would like to figure it out, that when the lead has been converted, or on a specific date how many lead has been converted. Then I save this as, I'll provide a database name as BISP lead data and create it. Yes, start. It will start the process, and we can find out the process has been started or not. So it's in a queue. It may take some time to start. And we can check it from here whether the data has been added or not. So it's not added yet, it's still going on. So I can check it from data monitor, and job view, it's running. You can see it's still running. I can refresh it. So it's successful. It means the data has been created successfully. So let's open it, my private app, and you can see a new data has been loaded named as BISP lead data. So I can close this data set, my private app, or running campaign. That's the lens which we created. So I close it, and then I close this my private app, and again I click on BISP lead data. Now as you can see here, it is showing me the total number of leads, but I'm not interested in this. I'm interested only in the total number of leads generated. Now this contains the leads generated, converted, everything. I'm interested in total number of leads. So again I add a group whose status equals to you can see it's working or contacted, or basically that's not the requirement. I'll go to lead, and Yeah. So sorry. So that's the total number of leads which has been generated. Now I want to further categorize it, that how many leads has been closed, or if I first of all I just wanted to display the names, lead names. So I'll say full name, leads full name. So these are the name of the leads, and I can add them in the value table as well. So these are the status and email and rest of the fields. So, but I would be requiring in the form of a bar chart. So I'll just switch to bar chart, and I want group wise and first name and last name. So that is the first name, or if you want to have a last name, if you want to group it last name, so I say full name. So we have a filter, we can apply a filter, show selected. So I select all of them and add them. So these are the records, these are the leads which has been generated. So the total number of leads are 25, but now I want to further categorize it based on their status. So because according to that, I would be able to identify how many leads has been converted successfully, how many leads has been generated, how many lead has been closed as converted or not converted. Because if I just wanted to list the total number of leads generated, so that's the total number of leads generated. 25 leads has been generated till date. So total number of leads has been generated till date is 25. If I want to further categorize them based on status, so we have an option called status. There are 4 status: close converted, close not converted, open contacted, and working contacted. So I select all of them, and we can further filter it. So there are total 5 records, 5 leads who these leads have been converted successfully, basically, and 4 leads are closed. So these are the 4 lead whose from whom we got the business. And right. So if you want to further filter it based on name, so we can have names as well. I want to further categorize it based on full name. So how many leads? So these are the 4 leads which has been converted. These are the leads which has not converted. These are the open but not contacted, and these are ongoing. These are the leads which are ongoing right now. If I further put it in a donut map, so you can see, I think this is pretty easy to understand. So there are total 5 leads which has been converted, and we can get the details about it. There are total 4 leads which are not converted, and 4 leads which are open and contacted, and so on. So I'm going to further save it and give a name as lead lens, and save it under shared app. So that's the second requirement. Now let's move on to the third requirement. The third requirement is total number of leads converted successfully. That's the so I want to further filter it, and I want to filter only for the leads which has been converted successfully. So I'm interested only in the leads which are converted successfully. So I just close it, and so this will give me an option, an update. So these are the number of leads which has been converted successfully. So I can take a clip of it. So this clip will add in the dashboard. You can see that this clip has been added in the dashboard. We'll be going to use this clip later on, and I'm going to get back to the previous step or the next step and save it. So I can further save it if you want, or you can close this as well. Now our last and fourth requirement is the revenue generated by various opportunities. So for this, I would be requiring the opportunity data set. So again, I'm going to create a new data set. Again, Salesforce and opportunity. And I'm going to add fields: amount, close date, closed, current. No, I'm not requiring this. Expected amount, and last lead source, name, opportunity source, probability, quantity, stage, and whether it is one or not. And create data set, and I'll give a name as opportunity data set and create it. Yes, and I'll switch to data flow, start it. Once it gets started, we can track the process by going into job view. So it's in running status. It will take some time. I'll just refresh it. Still running in process, so it will take some time. So once it's completed, we'll be going to build a report, and finally we'll be going to add all the charts into a single dashboard. So the data loading has been completed successfully. So I close this data set. I'm not requiring this data set as well, and I switch to my private app, and we have got this B opportunity data set. So the next requirement is total revenue generated by various opportunity. So I want the sum of amount generated by various opportunities. So I want to further group by opportunity name. So like this, we can further group by the total number of revenue generated by various opportunity. But as you can see here, I'm interested only in those opportunities, those who have been closed as one. So I'm going to filter it, and I say opportunity opportunity closed as one, and add it. So it will further filter it, and these are the opportunities which have been closed as one, and that's the total revenue generated by opportunity. So we have couple of opportunities, and you can see we can list it. If you want to further group it, we have an option opportunity source from AE, Alliance, BDR, or marketing. So filter we can apply stage closed as one. So I say closed as one. Further I am going to filter it, add, and it further drill down, and these are the opportunities which have been closed as one. So I'm going to close this one, and so it will not affect anything. So this will, so we can drill down it from here as well. And the lead source is from advertisement, or from webinar, or from referral, or what would be the source of opportunity. So there are a couple of filtration option which we can apply: opportunity ID, opportunity source. This we already talked about. Stage 1, true or false, because they are already closed as one, so no need to further filter it. But we can, lead source can be further filtered. We can further we can apply a filter on lead source, that the lead source could be I just wanted to find out for internal seminars and web, and added. So it further drill down, and these are the opportunities which have been closed as one, and we got the business by seminar internal. We can further drill down. And if you are interested only in knowing the total number of amount generated by the opportunity, so I just close this. I'm not interested in name. I'm only interested in the total number of revenue. So the total revenue generated by closed opportunity is this, and I can further drill down. So 68 million. So we have various different options to present the data: calendar, scatter plot, or compare table, pivot table. We can go for value table as well, closed as one, and amount. Probability is 100%. I'm not requiring this one. Amount is this, expected amount, quantity, opportunity ID I'm not requiring. Opportunity source I'm not requiring. One, this I'm not requiring. So, and I want to further filter. closed as 1. Right, so these are the various filters we can apply, but let's get back to our existing form. If I get back, I can quickly use this history tab to or undo tab to get back to the previous step. So that's the step. Stage closed as 1. And so once we're done with this, again I will clip to designer, or I will save this. First of all, I'm going to save this as opportunity. So I save this opportunity. I saved it into my shared app, save it. And now I'm going to add all of them into a dashboard. So I get to my dashboard, or we can build a new dashboard as well. We can have an option to create a new dashboard. So our dashboard is already there. So I drag and drop one chart, and in this chart, I drag and drop this stage name. So either we can add a chart, then add the stage name, or we can simply drag and drop the steps. So I can simply drag and drop the stage name. It will automatically create a graph for this. Move it, or we have an option for the various different charts. So I'll just drag and drop this. If you want to further filter it, we can apply a filter. We can look at this and we can drag and drop this. Scroll down to one more chart I'm going to add here. On shared app we have this leads. So I'm interested in this one as well. So I just clip this. It will add into my dashboard and I will drag and drop this. Or we can add it here. If you want to customize these lenses, because these are widget, so we have an option here, chart type. This also we have an option here, chart type. We can change the chart type of this chart. We can change the type of this chart from here. If you want to further customize it, we can set the title, subtitle, or I want to add a text to this chart, so I drag and drop a text. The text has been added, and I drag and drop the text, and we can customize this. Add a text, BISP business dashboard. Text style, text color. I change the text color to, this is already there, that's fine. Custom, we can change the style, text color, choose. Text size we can choose 64. So I think it's bigger, so I'll make it. And alignment is center. Widget style, use default. Background color, I set the background color. So there are a couple of options, which border width 4, border radius 4. So you can see a border has been added to this. And then we can, I have added this, and I add this here, the ISP shift. And I want to move this down, so we are customizing it again, and I'll just expand it so that we can see the proper chart. I'll just move it up. Now this chart is for our first chart was for the running campaign. This chart is for running campaign. in progress. So I'll just add a title, BISP running campaign. Title alignment center, and show values in chart bar. So I don't want to show the values in chart bar. Small multiples, single axis, simple multiples. So there are a couple of options which we can set, and border which we can set. Trellis, show as trellis. So it becomes like the in progress and planned. So we'll discuss about trellis later on. Legend, I don't want to show legend actually, so I uncheck show legend header and show legend. If you want to hide the legend, we have an option to hide the legend. So I hide the legend. Auto fit, preserve labels, or fit. Right? So we have couple of options which can be set. Then the second one was total number of leads generated. Total number of leads generated, basically this was the chart. Total number of leads generated was this one. So I select this one and I set the title as total number of leads generated in various categories. Subtitle, title alignment, and theme dark. You can see we have an option with this option as well, light and dark. Again, I don't want to show this. Show major values, show total in center. I'm interested in show total in center, but I'm not okay. Show major title, I don't want this. And center size is 80, or we can increase or decrease the size 60. Right. Then show legend, I don't want to show legend, because when we take pointer on this, we'll get the values. So show legend header. Position of legend, right top, how do you want it. And the final we have is the next one was total number of leads converted successfully. So I select this and add the title, total leads converted. That was fine, and I'm going to customize it. So I uncheck this. 50 is not good actually. It's not look nice. I don't want to show legend actually, so I'm interested only in this one. And the fourth one is the total number of the revenue generated by various opportunity. So I'll just customize it. Total revenue generated. Center, show title measure. I don't want to show legend, so I uncheck legend and fine. So once I done with this chart, once I done with this dashboard, you can see it's a nice dashboard has been added. Nice dashboard has been prepared here. There are a couple of other options which we can use. For example, we have an option for numbers. We have an option for list. Also, we have an option for date and time. So let's suppose I drag and drop this date and time, and I choose a date should be close date. We have an option to change the data set based on what we want to filter it. So I'll say BISP campaign data set I want to use, so created date and end date. Or I change the data set to BISP lead, converted and end date. So we can further filter it. Let's suppose I have filtered it based on opportunity close date. I create this, further expand it. Now if we get a preview of it, it looks like this, and we can change that opportunity close date because this is related with opportunity. So we can decrease and increase our dates. We can increase and decrease the range. Okay, but yeah, I get that, and I'm not interested in right now, so I'll just close it. So that's a dashboard. It's a nice dashboard has been prepared. or I just drag and drop it here so that the first chart can be appear in full and we can see the values properly, because I was not able to see the values, and also the values on data point legend axis, show axis, bar chart, show values. I'm not into, I don't want to show the values in bar chart. Once it is done, we can change the layout from here, manage layout, that would be possible. And finally, I save it and named as BISP business dashboard. And I saved it into my shared app. And from here itself, I have an option to share. I can preview it and I can share it. So I can present it. When I click on present, it appears in a full screen. It would be loading. It appears in a full screen mode. So you can see it's a nice dashboard there, and it gives more it gives most of the information, most of the details. It shares most of the details to the user and to the decision makers, and they can take decision based on it. And if I want to share it, I have various options to share this. Either I can give access to my users, or I can get the URL and share this URL to my users, or I can download this as an image. I download this as an image, and finally I can share this to attach through as an attachment. So I hope you are clear with this, and I hope it's easy for you to I hope this video will help you to build dashboard by using case studies and by using Salesforce dataset. So I have taken BISP dataset here, and so as you can see, PeopleSoft Business, PeopleSoft Webinar, Python Webinar, Dynamics CRM Webinar, PeopleSoft Webinar, conferences and all. So, and I have used the BISP dataset here. So that's all in this video. If you like this video, don't forget to press like, comment, press like, and also you can don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos on web analytics and Salesforce. If you have any queries, you can get back to us or you can write to us. That's all. Keep watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.